how to split data set into training set, validation set, and testing set. When it comes to building a machine learning model, to find the best one, we need to split our data set. Hello, my name is Sina Shariati. I make people feel confident about the machine learning world. If you are expert, you can refresh your knowledge here. And if you are beginner, you can understand machine learning concepts with easy language. Without further ado, let's jump in. Hello, we're going to use the Jupyter Notebook for this video. We're going to take 3 steps. The first step, we're going to import the libraries that we need. Then we're going to prepare our data. And finally, we're going to split our data sets. First, we need to import the libraries we need. As you can see here, the libraries we need are pandas, club, and Scikit-learn. The model selection, which is located in the Scikit. And then we're going to get our data ready. To prepare our data, first, we're going to define the file location. Here you can see my file on my local machine is located in this place. Then by using the glob function, which is located inside the glob library, we're going to get the file name. And by using read_csv, which is located inside the pandas library, we're going to get our data ready and import it inside the environment, which is Jupyter Notebook. By running the head function and feeding that by number 5, we're going to take a look at the first 5 rows of our data. You can see here what kind of columns we have inside our data set. Cement, blast furnace, fly ash, water, superplasticizer, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, age, and concrete compressive strength. Obviously, it's about the concrete. And for the sake of this video, we're going to treat the last column as a response variable and treat the other variables, other columns, as the predictors. So if you are expert and you know the machine learning concept, probably you already know we are dealing with the supervised learning model. Then we need to define our predictors and response variable. To do that, first we're going to make a copy of our data and put inside a variable which is named x. And you can see it's very popular when we are talking about the predictors or we are talking about the x variable. We usually use uppercase x. And when we are talking about the response variable, in the machine learning world, the lowercase y is so popular. So you can see for the y, we are using the lowercase. After making a copy of our data, we need to drop the response variable from our data set. By using drop function, you can see here, we are dropping the response variable, which is concrete compressive strength, MPa, megapascals, column. And to do that, we need to say, hey, drop function, this is part of the column by saying access is 1, and we are defining in place as a true, which means after dropping this column from my data set, which is x, please keep it as it is. And finally, we're going to define our y, which is response variable, and you can see here data, square bracket, concrete compressive strength, MPa, megapascals. And finally, we're going to jump into the last part, which is splitting data set. For the sake of this video, we're going to split our data set into 3 subsets. The training set going to have 60% of our original data set. Validation going to have 20%, and the testing set consists of 20%. And if we are dealing with the very, very, very big data, sometimes we just devote 95% to the training set and just 2.5% and 2.5% to the others, which are testing set and validation set. Regarding why we are deciding about 60%, 20%, 20%, or the others, if you have any questions, please put on the comment section. I'm happy to answer your questions. But for the sake of this video, I want to keep it as simple as possible and just show you how we can split data set, the original data set, into training, validation, and testing set in the Python programming language. So first, we're going to say x train valid, then x test, y train valid, y test. We're going to call train test split function and feeding that by our x, the y, which is response variable, and the test size is 20%, and we are giving random state number 1. You can give any number to the random state. The reason we are doing that, because anytime we run the data, the machine gonna return different results. But for example, here we are splitting the data. If we don't define random state number one, anytime we run it, we're gonna get different results. But if we define any number for the random state, the machine gonna use that as a reference and give us the same result anytime we run the whole code. That's why we are using random state. And for the test side, we are using 20%. So it means we are devoting 20% of our data set to the testing set, and the rest of 80% to the training combined with the validation set. Here you can see X train valid, X test, Y train valid, Y test. So far, after run this line of code, we have 80% of data set as X train validation, training validation, and 20% as a test. If we want to have a 60% as a training set, 20% as a validation set, so we need to split the data set, which consists of training and validation sets. To do that, again, we're going to use train test split function. We are feeding this function by X train valid, Y train valid. Test size 25%. 25 means quarter. So we want to get 60%. Quarter of 80% is 20%. And the third quarter of the 80% is the 60%, right? That's why we are giving 20%. And again, you can see we are defining random state as number one. We can give any number, doesn't matter. And finally, if we take a look at our data and what happened after splitting process, you can see before the splitting, our X consisted of 10,030 rows. After splitting, our training set has 618, which roughly equals to 60% of our original one. And X validation consists of 206. And if we take a look at the X test, we can see it has the same amount of rows as the X validation has. 20%, 20%. Okay, by reaching this point, we can call an end of this video. Guys, if you like this video, please give this thumbs up. If you have any questions regarding the splitting or anything, please put in the comment section. I'm happy to answer that. And if you want to see more videos about the machine learning board, and if you want to understand the machine learning concepts with easy language using Python programming language, please subscribe this channel. And that's icon mark. Put your finger on that. Thank you so much, and stay learning machine learning board. Have a wonderful day.